Fastest 15 minutes in social media, fastest 15 minutes on the internet. My name is Judson Powell, and kind of want to talk a little bit more about Bloomberg. All right, here's the thing. All right, and I know I posted a video about this, and so then I started getting, somebody actually like jumped on me and blocked me on Facebook. So I'm like, okay. And but the thing about it is the dude never really gave me he never gave me a chance to like respond. He just called me what he called me? He called me a Bloomberg apologist. Okay, so I'm like, I'll take that. But here's the thing. Basically, the problem that I have with all of this stuff is that you got to add it up. Number one, all right. Trump, Bloomberg, Biden, or Bernie. One of those four guys is going to be president. All right? Hear me out again. Biden, Bernie, Trump, or Bloomberg, one of those guys is going to be president. And none of them, not a single one of them, has any stellar civil rights record. All right. So now, if you're a Democrat, all right, if you are a Democrat and you want to win, if you just want Trump out, well, whoever the nominee is, you better go out and vote for him. And the other thing is, you better be trying to remove a couple of those Republican senators. All right. And I'm just saying, if we don't do that, then we're going. I even say we're going back. They're going to try to put us back into slavery. I know y'all like, what? Yeah, because I mean, I'm not saying it won't be without a fight, but here's the thing: if there is no accountability to the president, and if the president is not a person of laws and doesn't understand the rule of law, which is what Trump doesn't understand that. Trump has no clue. He doesn't have a clue. All he is, he's just willy-nilly going through, and that's why the rich people like him, because he's like a lackey for them. He does, all he knows about is rich people. He knows nothing else about anybody else. He's threatening to cut Social Security. He's threatening to cut food stamps. He's threatening to cut welfare. He's threatening to cut Social Security. Did I say Social Security? Yeah, but everything, any type of entitlement program, and they're blaming, of course. They're saying that the reason why the deficit is so high, it's not because of his tax cut that he gave 30% back to the rich. It's because of entitlement programs. All right. Which has always been the focus and the aim of conservatives. Let's be real. All right. So Trump, pretty much Trump is going to be their boy. So, the conservative Republicans, Trump is already their boy. All right. So, if you don't vote, okay, yeah, and everybody's got a problem with Bloomberg, everybody's got a problem with Biden. Okay, Biden, wrote the crime bill back in the 90s, and it severely hurt black people. The stop and frisk thing, to me, is still ridiculous, because stop and frisk has been the law in the United States of America since '68. I told y'all that in the last video. All right, and then Sanders, he just acts like, he has some good things. He wants to, I know y'all love the fact that he wants to legalize marijuana and he wants to cut all the student loan debt. All right, so those are good things, but he still got some, civil rights baggage with him too. And some of the things he says, he's out of touch with black people. He's like on another planet walking around, bam, Now overall he has some good stuff. But here's the thing. We have to have somebody, but we have to have somebody who can beat Trump. Not somebody who can just, challenge Trump. We need somebody who can whip his butt soundly. And that guy is Bloomberg. Because Bloomberg has always run in the same circles. He knows the same people. He has been in business. He has defeated Trump in business. All right? So all of these things are, so that's why it's not that I love Bloomberg so much. I just don't like Trump, and I want Trump to get out of there no matter what. So that's why, no matter who, vote blue, right? So whoever gets the nomination, we want them to vote blue. But I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of this man, when you look at things, okay, and then out of all the things that are out there, he is like the one that you know if they're head to head, because like I said, they run in the same political and social circles. He can beat them. And he's not a fool. He's not going to get in there and run the government like Trump is running the government, racist or not. Trump is just like openly racist. He's openly antagonistic. He race baits all the time, all that kind of stuff. Bloomberg is not that guy. That's not who he is. You know, and regardless of what his past record is, that's not who he is. So, once again, there's going to be either, and the only other person that might have a chance is Hillary, because y'all keep forgetting Hillary actually beat Trump. Okay? If it's not for the Electoral College, so those are the political agendas that you need to be like focused on are flipping Congress completely to the Democratic Party. And I'm saying if you're a Democrat, flipping the Congress to completely Democratic, and it's really simple. It's like you need like 3 or 4 states that you flip 3 or 4 states and get somebody in there who's a Democrat and Democratic senators. And then after you do that, then you have to get rid of the Electoral College. You have to get rid of it. It's like, because that's the way they keep on, that's the way Bush, baby Bush got in. And that's the way Trump got in. Because after everything was said and done, then they still put him in. Why? Because of the political climate and the political agenda that Trump had. Trump is a white nationalist, a white supremacist. That's what he is. Okay? And the one thing that Sanders and Bloomberg hold in common is at least they're talking about black people. At least they're entertaining, conversations about black people and about a black agenda. Biden is not really doing that, because I don't think Biden really understands that. So with that being said, it's like, what do you do? Okay. And at least Bloomberg is entertaining a black agenda. And here's the other thing. And all the black people that are concerned about the black agenda, then you have to participate in the process. So that's why all these people that I ain't voting, oh yeah, well this is liberal white supremacy, and this is this conservative white supremacy. Okay, great. But one of those people, the one, Biden, Sanders, Bloomberg, or Trump, one of those people is going to be president. And if we do not support one of them, no matter what their past politics or their past agendas are, you've got to look at them and say, look, I got to throw my support behind this person. So that at least, and like I said, the minimum thing is get Trump out of there. And I saw somebody posted something about, I'm a one issue voter this time, and that's to remove Trump. The issue is, can we get rid of Trump? Because Trump is like bad for the economy, for poor people, for black people, for anybody of color from anywhere in the world. You see what he's doing to the Nigerians. You see what he's done to Puerto Ricans. You see what he's done to Haitians. Look, I mean, I'm just saying. And at least even during so-called these other racist administrations or whatever, they didn't take an overt. These are just overt actions, against the Mexicans. I left them out. Anybody that's Muslim or Arab or anything like that, everybody is under attack under Trump, because he's a white nationalist. You got to understand that. So you got to get rid of him. If he's still in there, then you have no chance to do anything. So you have to at least get somebody there that you can put your agenda before. Not only do you have to put your agenda before them, but then you've got to hold them accountable for that agenda. And that's the thing that we're missing. The thing that we're missing is, okay, so what? Everybody got to pass. You got to pass. I got to pass. Everybody got to pass. See, we hold people accountable. We hold people so accountable for the past that we can't create a future. And one friend of mine, I read something that he wrote, and I was like, and he made so much sense. And he was like, look, if Democrats want to govern the United States, then they got to put people in office, and then they got to govern, and they got to make sure that they hold these people accountable, or else you're not going to never get nothing. Okay, and apathy, once again, my famous line, apathy is not a strategy. Not voting is not a strategy. It can, the only, you know what, not voting is a vote for Trump. You might as well just put Trump back in and just go on with it and not even be bothered with it. That's my point. It's like, okay, so if you don't vote for one of the other candidates, everybody got problems. But we know we are 100% familiar with Trump's problems, and he has made it clear what his agenda is. He don't care nothing. He ain't even entertaining nothing. You know, even when they ask about reparations, he's like, yeah, nice idea, but I don't think it'll happen. He just blew it off like it never existed. You know, he just blew it off like it, you know, like, hey, you know, it never is. And Bernie the same way. Bernie doesn't really want to talk about reparations. He believes more so in like, okay, we're gonna take this stuff and we're gonna, you know, give them something free, you know, tax base wise, like eliminate taxes, eliminate school loans, school loan liability, you know, that kind of stuff. So the bottom line is, and then if Biden wins, okay, so Biden wrote the crime bill. He was y'all loved him when he was vice president with Obama, but now y'all hate him. You know, everybody, that's what I'm saying. So, and half of this, the other thing is half of this is basically based upon what? It's based upon propaganda. And if y'all don't think the Russians ain't trying to make sure that y'all hate Bloomberg and that y'all hate Biden, they trying to make sure that the people that could possibly beat Trump are not gonna get there. I mean, have you noticed how much rhetoric all of a sudden just popped up and you know, Trump is, you know, and all of a sudden Trump is afraid of Bloomberg and all this kind of stuff. But once that stuff popped up, then you started seeing more and more. Every pundit, every political pundit that's written an article or said anything negative about Bloomberg, it has surfaced, right? And the real funny part is that it's just like they did with Benghazi and with the emails with Hillary. It's all one topic. He doesn't have like this, every story that ever happened, you know, under stop and frisk. Stop and frisk is like, you know, his baby. And like I said, he didn't even invent it. He just used it. So, you know, and so go look it up. That's why I try to tell people, look it up so you know, because all of this stuff is just propaganda to make you hate him. And the same thing really with Biden, because even the political climate when Biden was writing the crime bill, it was that everybody wanted crime eliminated, even black folks. That's the thing that really kills me, because black folks wanted crime eliminated just as much as white folks did, because we were the victims. We were more so the victims of most violent crimes than anybody else. But all of a sudden it's like, you know, obviously there was going to be an impact, just like to say that there was an impact on the black community, of course. Why? Because systemic racism says what? It says that we go into the areas where we can make money. Okay, well, we can lock people up. We go where if there's a bunch of drug dealers standing out on the corner, okay, of course there's going to be a high crime rate in that neighborhood. You know, and y'all can't act like, look, I remember being in D.C. back then, and there were literally open air drug markets. There where you could just walk up and get whatever you wanted. You know, cars driving up, same thing in Baltimore, same thing in Detroit. Don't act like it didn't exist. Same thing in L.A. You could drive, same thing in Houston. You know, you could drive up and you could get anything you wanted on a street corner in any one of those cities. Philadelphia, you know, Miami. You know, I don't know, they still might do that, but I know back in the 80s and the 90s, that's how it was. And even black people wanted that stuff eliminated. Don't act like it didn't exist. You know, and don't act like, and they had to do something. You know, it wasn't like all of them were, you know, and even, like I said, even a lot of black mayors and a lot of black police chiefs joined in the crusade. So Fastest 15 minutes is up. I know you hate me. That's good. You can hate, but press the like button, press the subscribe button, and also the notification button. I love y'all. Bye-bye.